I am Katy Acheson, Executive Director of the Cape Cod Blue Economy Foundation, and you are here for another episode of Coastal Characters, our podcast where we get to know some of the people in our community and how their work may or may not relate to water. And I am here with the beautiful, I will say beautiful, mind, body, and soul, Kayla Jorgensen. And Kayla works for Cape Media Center, where we're recording our podcast. So Kayla, I wanted to interview you because I found out that your fairy tale story takes place in this space. So can you share what you do now? And let's just jump in. How did it start?
Oh, right. Well, I'll start from the start. How about that?
Great.
I went to Barnstable High School, and I really got into their digital media classes and their video classes and editing and sound. And they have a lot of options for people in the arts, which is really awesome. And I had two really awesome teachers, Mr. Farrell and Mr. Gilbert. Mr. Gilbert ran the B2B side, which is their TV station, and then Mr. Farrell taught all of the classes. And they were really big, advocates for me and really helped me step out of my shell. I was very quiet, and they just really helped me and encouraged me to do this for a living, and this meaning video and editing and production and stuff. I had an internship my senior year, and I did a double internship with Mr. Gilbert at B2B TV, and then I also Cape Media Center.
Hey, come on.
The end of my senior year, I was here interning with my fellow intern, Destiny, who is also in the media world as well. Yeah, 17, 18 years old, and learning about what it actually means to be in a community access TV station. And we got a lot of knowledge, and we met a lot of people doing this, and even more advocates for both of us, which was awesome. And then I went off to school, Destiny went off to school, and I went to Fitchburg State, and I studied a very long title, but...
Let's hear the whole thing. Let's hear. Okay, everybody rest. Ready?
Ready?
Okay, we're ready.
So, it was a Bachelor of Science in Communications Media with a concentration in film and video production.
Gorgeous.
And it sounds a lot more... Well, I'm not going to say a lot more than it is.
Just fills up the whole top row of your resume.
Oh,
just
my God.
Woo.
Whole resume, and the actual, diploma is long. It's so long.
Amazing.
But what it really is digital media communication. So, social media. I took a lot of social media classes. So many. And there was public speaking classes. And then down to the nitty-gritty of video editing and cameras, literally breaking down the camera and figuring out how to put it back together. And
wait, really? Literally taking it apart and
yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was so cool. Really hard. But it was so interesting, and it really furthered my love for, well, I've always loved movies. I don't think there's a person who's I don't like movies. And then I wanted to know how to make them, and which is why I took the classes and why I went to school for it. And then I fell in love with more of a documentary style, just real people, real stories, real things. So I wanted to go into that world. And I graduated college, and I did a few odd jobs. I worked at Harvard as a sports videographer. And then I also worked at Holy Cross as a sports videographer. And then I went to Wareham Media and did features, kind of features reporting. And just, again, real people, real stories, local stories. And then I moved on from there, and a position at Cape Media Center opened up, and I was like, yeah, I already worked here before, let's do it again. And here I am. I've worked here for the past couple of months. June, I think, is when I started. Don't quote me on that. And I am now one of the main videographers, and I guess we can call ourselves reporters, but I'm just going to say videographers and video editors for Cape Media Center.
Community correspondent. The it girl on the street.
The it girl.
Right. I have a lot of questions.
Oh, love
This
it.
is very exciting. So, we'll go backwards. What is a day in the life of a community correspondent? I just made up your title. You're welcome. But what is a day in the life for you as far as how much are you spending out in the world? How much are you spending on, at your computer editing? Mm-hmm. What is your sort of workflow?
Yeah. I guess it depends, just like everything on the Cape, it depends on the season of how busy I am. So in the winter it's a little bit slower. I do find myself sitting on my butt a lot at the desk, but I am trying my best to get out there. And we started a series called Surviving the Winter. So we go to local businesses and try and talk to them, and see how year-round businesses kind of like fight the weather. And, you know, Cape Cod is a summer place, but there's still people who aren't here in the summer, and we want to focus on that and how they thrive. So that's kind of what we focus on in the winter, which does keep us busy. Day to day in the summer is like going right to a shoot in the morning and then possibly having a little bit of break and then going to another shoot in the afternoon and then coming back for however long that you have to edit or just dump the footage onto the computer. And then I usually try and have the next day just be all of an editing day so I can just focus on it and get it out there into the world. But sometimes that doesn't work out. But it's a lot of editing and a lot of emails. That is the main thing that I do, is emailing and try to talk to people.
Isn't it amazing how much happens in email?
So much happens in email.
It's wild. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I always kid that I work in an email factory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly
and people
that.
are like, what? I'm like, yeah, but think about like all of our communication now. I mean, the internet goes down, we go home.
Mm-hmm. My whole job is the internet.
What? And even this, like, you know, getting out this is out of the office day for me, is getting to hang out at Cape Media Center and interviewing people. You recently came to Waterworks.
I did.
And you had an intern with you there.
I did.
Which is how I learned you were an intern here.
It's a weird feeling to now be the person that the intern or interns are looking up to when I was the one just a few years ago. You know, not 6 years ago, but it's a really cool feeling, but also weird because it feels like yesterday I was the person asking all of the questions and now I'm the one answering them, so it's really weird. But awesome. It's so cool. And I like the interns that we have here are very curious and they actually care about what they want to do, and that's really important to me. And I had a lot of advocates for me, so I try and advocate for the interns.
Really pay it forward.
Yeah, trying to figure out what they're the most interested in within this media, and all of this is such a big world, so you kind of sometimes want to focus more on something that you think you're really good at.
Mm-hmm. So when you came here, you mentioned movies as being a bit of inspiration. So when you first came here, movies were like the driving force, creative movies. Tell us a little bit so we can understand what kind of movies you really like to ingest and what kind of movies you thought you might be creating.
Oh, awesome. I still want to create movies, but, you know, the world's a little bit hard.
We got to work, and then you can play.
Yeah, you got to stretch that creative bone every once in a while. So I do write a lot of movies, like here and then. Anyways, but the movies that I love I'm a horror movie person.
Oh, me too. Okay, we could start our own podcast. Yes.
I could talk about that for hours.
So this is for all of the nerds out there. Tell us like your top 3 directors in the genre.
Oh, geez. I love Steven Spielberg. Who doesn't love Steven Spielberg? He kind of is the driving force behind my love for movies, really, because I watched Jaws when I was probably way too young to be watching Jaws. And it's a Cape Cod movie, man. And then I watched they did a documentary about the 50th anniversary, and it's so cool how he was able to do that, and that nobody believed in him, and then he did it anyways, and now it's one of the most popular movies in the world. It's awesome. I could talk about him, period, just forever. And then other 2 directors, I like Robert Eggers is really so cool, and I love his period pieces because he loves the horror part, but he also focuses on the details of the era that he's choosing so well, down to the nitty gritty of the costumes and what colors belong to which. He plays with colors so much. It's
composition. It's gorgeous.
It's just so cool, and he puts meaning to colors that you may not even think of. Red equals bad, but red could also mean romance, and romance and bad at the same time. He's so
the layers.
Cool.
Beautiful.
And then I would be remiss if I didn't mention Guillermo del Toro.
Yes.
Who is visually stunning, and Frankenstein is his most recent one that comes to mind, but also Pinocchio.
Pinocchio was a trip.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was such an awesome movie, but Frankenstein was really cool.
streaming somewhere, I'm sure.
I believe it's on Netflix.
Okay, there we go. Yeah,
beautiful movie.
Great. Okay. So then, as far as the kinds of films you wanted to create or still want to create, are they still in the genre? I know you mentioned documentary, but like, take us down that path a little bit of your creative journey.
Yeah. For movie wise, I just kind of want to create anything that sparks joy within my life, whether that be a horror movie that, like, I like being scared. Like, I just
scared but safe.
Scared but safe. Like, I'm in my own house. Like, is anything really going to hurt me right now while I'm watching this movie? Hope not. But I like that feeling. It's like a roller coaster feeling, the adrenaline. I love that feeling. So anything horror movie related or just a little bit, thriller wise, I would love to create one day. But also, I'm a big reader. I'm a really big reader, and I love romance movies. I love a cute little story. Enemies to lovers, I love that. And I love romantasy, like fantasy movies. I would love to create those one day, but I also just love documentaries. I love real people, real stories. I used to be really into true crime. I'm not really so much anymore. Now that I'm
over it.
Yeah, now that I've gotten older, I realize that the world is really, really scary, and it's not just a cool TikTok trend. Like, this is real life. But it's still interesting to me. I kind of use it now more to learn about how to keep myself safe. You know.
Yeah, survival skills.
Survival skills. But I love to get into it a little bit more. I just love local stories. I love. I used to be a bartender, and people would sit down.
That's where you get the stories.
Yeah, people would sit down and just start talking to me, even if I haven't even served them a drink yet. They just start talking to me, and I love hearing people's stories. I love how excited that they get, or even sometimes they get into the sad stuff too. Like, I love real life. It really puts in perspective that, like, everyone is just living their own. You ever be driving in a car and you realize that all of these people are going the same direction as you, but they're all going in different places. They all have different homes to come back to. But right now you're all on the same road. That's crazy. Like, that makes my brain explode. Like, there's just so many different people and so many different stories, and I want to know them all.
You're making me think of, like, that kid in the back seat with their headphones on, watching the rain drip down the side, like main character energy.
Kelly Clarkson's playing in the background, and my hand is following that one raindrop. That's me. I like to romanticize life a little bit.
And all of a sudden there's a meet cute with the person in the car next to you.
There's like when I was a kid, like there's an older boy driving by. I'm like,
oh, shut up.
He totally wants
me.
Oh
my gosh,
he wants me so bad.
Oh my gosh, now we're really getting to know you. I love this so much. It's so good.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. So there's a lot going on in your creative space and what you like to ingest, and all of it coming through in the audio and the visual, right?
Yes.
When you started in high school, because we're going back, what was the first, or even before high school, what was the first sort of inkling that you had that you wanted to create mixed media or digital media? Like what, like when did the light bulb go off?
Oh, geez. It does go back to me watching movies. I just loved the art behind movies, and I liked watching the behind the scenes that they would have on the DVDs. Like, there'd be one DVD with the movie and the other DVD would be like the behind the scenes.
Or like the Lord of the Rings, which is like 12 hours behind the scenes.
There's just so much behind the scenes, and I just thought the creativity behind that, the thing, like practical effects and stunt choreography, there's just so much that goes into it, and like the mechanics of it are just so cool. And I have a brain that's all over the place all at once all the time. So I was like, that's the perfect place for me to be, because it's not, when you're on a set or even just what I do now, your brain is all over the place. You have to keep in mind all of these different things, and that's perfect for me because I need to keep going. I'm like a shark.
You gotta keep swimming to breathe.
I have to keep swimming to breathe. I can't stop, which we don't have to get into the therapy of that, but I just like to keep moving, and I like to exercise that creative muscle. And what made me want to get into this is those behind the scenes of seeing how excited directors were to just talk about what they created. Oh, I want that feeling. It's so cool. And being proud of something. And the light bulb went off again when I saw Jaws.
Jaws was it for you.
It really was. I love sharks. And Jaws was it's just it's all of the practical effects, and most of it was shot. Was shot. Not a lot of it was edited back into it. You know,
a lot of practical in-camera effects.
Almost everything was in camera. They did go back for some underwater shots. I know way too much about this.
No, keep going. That's great.
They went back from most of it was shot on Martha's Vineyard, and then they went back and shot a lot of the underwater stuff in a tank in LA. So, but it's still someone shooting underwater like that. They didn't add that in, or it's just so cool.
I have a braggadocio a little bit. A friend who a few years back, maybe 10 years back, wrote a Jaws book about the making of Jaws, and he took us for a little tour of Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, that is so cool.
And I had the extraordinary pleasure of meeting the couple who, at the time of filming, were in charge of keeping Bruce afloat. It was their job. They owned, or they still, I hope they're still around, but they owned a ship graveyard, like a boat graveyard, essentially. So, like, they would take, bits out of boats to fix other boats and whatnot. And so they built this raft because the foam shark wouldn't float. Mm-hmm. So they had to have a floating apparatus for Bruce the shark. And this couple were Bruce's guardians throughout the whole shoot. And they had 2 fishing poles.
Oh.
One of them's in the movie. Click, 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 click.
Mm-hmm.
And they have its twin still.
Oh, that's really cool.
So we didn't get to touch it, whatever, but click, 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 like that. It was so iconic. Like, I had shivers hearing it. It was so cool.
Oh, it's so cool.
And to have that kind of blockbuster movie history right in our backyard, amazing.
I know. Ugh, I love that. I love that. That's so cool. And I also I'm born and raised on the Cape, and so
you're a real Cape Codder.
I'm a real Cape Codder, guys. There's no Washer.
We've pretty much had Washer Shores exclusively on this podcast so far, except for you and Haley. So amazing.
I'm born and raised here. My dad was born and raised here. His parents were born and raised here, and then it keeps going. And I love stories that showcase my home. There's not many made. There's so many stories here, but there's not many that have been made into movies or easily digestible stories. So another dream of mine is to make more of that, and I want to. This job is helpful because I meet so many different people. I'm like, well, maybe I can make a story out of your story. How about that? It's just I love anything. I'm just so proud of my home, and I think that I want to make something. Maybe someday, and maybe I am making it. That showcases how cool people live here. Cool people live in a cool place.
Right? Okay, so talking about the place.
Yes.
Lived here your whole life. Mm-hmm. What's the farthest you've ever gone from here?
Oh, geez. I gotta think about that. Oh, no, I don't. I went...
Oh, no, never mind.
Never mind.
The other side of the planet.
I went to... I've never been out of the country, but I did go out to Vegas.
Okay, that's pretty much the other side of the planet.
It's a whole different world out there, and it's just... The hustle and bustle is crazy out there.
And so different being just in a desert compared to next to the ocean.
It was so interesting. I did RV camping with my brother, and that's what we were doing out there. And it was so cool. It was so interesting. And we were in Nevada, and we went to Arizona, and we went to a small, tiny part of California, and I saw absolutely no ocean. I saw no water, and I've never... That was like a weird feeling for me. I just saw dirt and sand and
that's
dunes.
It.
That was it. And then a city. Like no water. I didn't see any water. The only water I saw was the Hoover Dam, and I was so confused and I felt weird, and then I was like, this is stupid. Like, I get it. I could turn any corner on the Cape and find a body of water. Yeah. And then I go to the West Coast and I go into a landlocked place. I'm like, where's the water?
Your whole system's off kilter. You're like, there's no water here.
I feel weird.
Yeah. So the ocean is the place for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love the ocean. My dad's a big fisherman and a big boater. He's a marine mechanic. That's his job. And I've always been on the water. I was helping him test drive jet skis when I was like 15, and I love it. a lot of people have fears of the ocean. I'm more afraid of being on land than I am on the
Same.
ocean.
100% same. Would rather be stranded at sea than in a desert.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. The ocean just makes me so happy. Like it's like in the winter I go and I still look at it, but I just crave swimming and I crave being one with the water.
Gosh,
and maybe
so cute.
Maybe that sounds hippie, but I really
I love it.
Who doesn't love a hippy dippy moment?
But also, there are a lot of people, whether they're born here, near here, came here from far away, that come here to be near the sea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whether it's to be in the water or near the water, for me, it's the air.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be salt in the air for me to survive long term.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
love so much, and I live in like pretty inland for Cape Cod.
Mm-hmm.
But on a day when I go outside the first time and I can feel that there's salt in the air
Mm-hmm.
and that there's humidity, and I can imagine the smell of low tide sometimes, right? I have to get like a couple miles closer for that, but that for me is like the feeling of being in the right place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love when the lake. Oh, this is gonna just sound so like
Please
Henry David Thoreau.
do it. Let's go.
The water that hits when it hits the shore. I love that sound of when it breaks and turns white. Ugh, I love that.
The foam.
The foam. I think it's so
Yeah.
cool, and I have a deep obsession with marine animals. There was a past life where I wanted to be a marine biologist.
What are you from, Cape Cod or something? You
No.
sound like every kid
Wow,
that's
that's
ever
crazy.
grown up here. All right.
You go on a boat when you're 6 and you walk out being a marine biologist.
All right, so marine species.
Yeah.
You love sharks.
Oh, I love sharks.
Favorite kind of shark?
Not to be basic.
Yes,
not
but
to be a
please.
basic shark girl,
Go
but I
for it.
love a great white.
Great white. Beautiful.
And their reputation makes my heart break because they're so freaking awesome.
Have you seen one?
I haven't. I
Okay.
haven't. Well, I've seen a shark, but I haven't seen a great white shark.
Okay.
My dad has, and he brags about it all the
Oh my
time.
gosh.
But I have this extensive shark knowledge in my brain, and I want to see them so bad. But, I need to be on a boat.
Yeah, boat or plane.
Boat or plane.
I had the great fortune of going on a whale and shark expedition in September,
Mhm.
and we saw fin whales and humpback whales, and we saw them mostly together in 2s or 3s, which was kind of strange and odd. But
Mhm.
and we saw some sharks, and the difference between whales and sharks is whales have to breathe air. And they come up and you can see them. Ah, wow. The sharks, however, don't.
No.
And so what you see of the sharks is a shadow in the
And
shallows.
Very ominous.
And it was the first time since childhood that I felt awe and fear in equal measure.
Mhm. You nailed it.
Because it is such a magnificent creature, but I could only see this shadow
Mhm.
against the sand, just moving perfectly still and delicately forward. And just every part of like my animal instinct was like, not good.
Run.
And every other part of me was like, so good.
So cool. I used to work on a whale watch. You'll come to find
Your
that
resume is thick.
It is very thick. It's just because I want to do so many things at once. And I worked on a whale watch, and I saw whales every day, obviously. But on a rare occasion, and most of the time it was an unfortunate occasion, we would see a whale that has since passed, and it would be ripped to shreds from the animals, and salt even damages it as well. But I was a bartender on the boat, and I couldn't really leave my station, and everyone was talking about there's a shark. No! And I was like, I can't go. I was trying to get one of the other mass maritime boys that are on the boat. I'm like, please let me go see. And
Close the bar for a minute.
I know. And nobody was at the bar because they're all looking at the shark, and I kind of snuck out. But it wasn't a great white. I can't remember what kind of shark it was at the moment, but it was a much smaller one, and I did end up getting to see it for maybe a millisecond because they're not really scared of boats, but they are scared of not scared, but
they're a little skittish.
A little skittish. People are yelling at them from the boat, like, "Oh my god, look how cool this is!"
Mammals.
I'm like, "Oh my god!" But
land animals. What are they
land
like?
animals, exactly. But that was a cool moment. Sad because of the whale, but it was really cool to just, I just like seeing any chance I get to see a shark. I'm like, yes, please give it to me.
That's so cool. All right. So then second favorite marine life.
Oh my goodness, whales.
What kind? What do you mean
Like
whales?
what?
Come on, get specific.
Blue whales are so cool.
Have you ever seen one of those?
I have not. That's impossible.
Well, there was one maybe just a couple of years ago, and we had scientists coming out from all over the world to come see it because it was only like, I don't know, 50 yard, like, I don't know, not 50 miles, maybe. I don't know. It was close.
Yes, it was pretty. Yeah, I think I remember that.
It was all over TikTok.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to see it, but I think blue whales are so cool. They're huge, and this is a shark, but a whale shark is awesome.
Whale sharks are my favorite.
They're so beautiful, and I will one day go to the Georgia Aquarium, and see the one that they have there. They used to have two, but one passed.
Rest in peace.
I think they're so beautiful, but whales, blue whales are so cool. But I got to see a lot of humpbacks, a lot, because that's what we mainly have here, and they're so beautiful. They're so awesome. And I got to see working on a whale watch. I recommend it to anybody who doesn't get boat sickness or motion sickness like that. It is such a cool job. It is so fun. Besides the people that do get sick on the boat, and it is a really cool.
There's medicine for that.
Stay
Stay hydrated. Get some ginger.
Take the medicine before the boat takes off, please. It won't do anything for you once
after
it does.
You're already topsy-turvy.
Once we're already an hour out into the trip, I'm sorry. You're a lost cause at that moment.
Throw them overboard.
Bye.
Here's an orange ring. Good luck.
Have fun. Maybe you'll see a whale. Just kidding.
Just kidding, everybody.
Just kidding.
Oh my goodness.
But I saw a lot of humpback whales, and I saw a lot of humpback whale mamas teaching their babies like how to be a whale. Which was so cute. They would do the bubble feeding, and they would do, teaching them how to breach, and it was just so cool. Like, you would see the mama breach, and then it would take maybe 1 or 2 minutes. They have to figure their stuff out, and the baby whale would do it right after. And I always was brought to tears when I saw them. Like, they're learning how to be a whale, because in a few, I think it's a few weeks, but I'm gonna say a few months just to be safe. They depart. They're not mother and baby anymore. They're just a whale and a whale. Like, they separate after they learn how to
quite independent.
Yeah, they're quite independent. They might hang out. You might see a few whales together, but they're not a pod. They're not a family. They just know where the food is.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was so interesting when you would see a mama and a baby, because you don't really often see that together. It's just so cool.
Oh, you're getting emotional. You're so cute.
I love whales.
So good. Amazing. So, getting back into film and creativity, Jaws, when you were too young, were there any other films or maybe even a documentary that sparked your curiosity and interest in this medium?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I gotta think. I have a long list of films that I love. I love the Hunger Games series. That came out when I was 12. I read all of the books, and then I watched the movies, and they were so cool. A book to movie adaptations can be a little nerve-wracking, but they did pretty well. And then I love Star Wars.
Yay!
I'm not really big at, I can't follow. My boyfriend's really into the lore, and he's read all of the books and
watched every kids show,
everything, the animated shows, all of them. I'm more of I watch them as movies, and I'm so sorry if anyone's gonna be mad at me like that.
No. Star Wars people are cool.
They're really
and the ones
cool.
that aren't real fans.
Exactly.
There, you heard me.
I watch them as movies, and what if there's something that I don't know that's not in the movie, then that doesn't.
It doesn't take you out of it.
Yeah, right, then I don't need to know that this person and this person, they're whatever. They're
second or third cousins.
Second or third
reincarnated.
Yeah. I don't need to know, if it's not, they're really cool movies to me. And, The Last Hope was made in the 70s, and even then it's just so visually telling, and they didn't have as much as we have now with all of the technology and stuff like that, and watching it you may get a little giggle about what it looks like, but I just think about how cool that must have been when it first came out, of these lightsabers and the lights and the stuff shooting at them. It just must have been so cool. And I watched it when I was a kid, and then I started rewatching them as an adult, and my love for it stuck with me. It's still so cool to watch and still so interesting. So movies like that have like stood the test of time are always my favorite movies, because there's reasons.
Like classic, strong, And I think something that's interesting that I like to hear filmmakers talk about is how influential George Lucas has been on film.
Oh yeah, he's everywhere.
Well, and his technologies, like for the non-Disney nerds, I guess, there's a thing that they created called the volume, which is, are you familiar?
A little.
So there's some Disney Channel or stream documentaries about it, but The Mandalorian was shot inside what they call the volume, which is this giant, like, sort of stadium set with screens that's controlled by essentially the same things as a video game. So because The Mandalorian has this shiny suit on, they wanted all of the light on the suit to match the scenery. And so instead of trying to do all of that after the fact, they created this projection system that's all around, so that when there's desert or night, the light on the suit is there.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
It's just,
you can create a whole universe inside an acre or two if you've got the George Lucas brain and money. Wild.
It's just so cool.
The technology is very cool.
I think a lot of people in the film world can double as scientists. Like, their brain works so
They're
powerful.
inventors.
They're inventors. They're so cool. Like, down to the props, down to the people who do, I can't remember what they're called, but the sounds after the fact, they use like
Foley.
Foley. Yes, them. They're just, their brain works in ways that I want to dissect it. I want to know how your brain works. It's just so cool.
They're making paper bags sound like falling buildings or whatever. Yeah, it's wild.
They're dropping shoes from a height to make it like sound like a money bag on the ground. Like, that's just so cool.
There's just strange things happening to onions, whatever.
Weird things happening.
It's amazing. All right. So as far as your future then, we haven't gotten into the future very much yet, I know. Take it short-term or long-term, however you want. You're working here. You're getting to do interviews. You're getting to do editing. Are you getting to do any creative stuff, or do you have any plans to start delving into your own production and your own creativity? What should we look out for?
I know. I always have plans in my head. I have a few scripts that I've had since forever that I really want to try and flush out. Right now, I love working here, and I love meeting new people, and like local stories is so cool. I do want to exercise. Like, I keep saying that same sentence, but I really do want to exercise. Not that these videos aren't exercising my creative bone, but the story's already there. I just have to figure out a way to tell it. I want to create a new story out of nowhere,
Yeah.
And and I just want I just have so many stories to tell, and I do want to. When I went to school for is filmmaking, so I want to have at least one or two films underneath me, so I just to have them, just to make them and have this be able to tell that story, whatever the story may be. So hopefully in the future you'll see my name under directed by.
Okay.
That's my dream. I want to be a director of photography, so I do want to be the person who's doing that. One is really important that people don't get to talk about a lot. The director of photography,
person that gets all the light right.
All of the motion of the camera is done by them. It's not always their hands on the camera, but I want to be the one that directs the visual aspect of it. Directors are usually the ones directing the actors. This is how the camera is and how it looks and
how fast it and slow it goes,
how fast it moves and what angle it's at. That's
what kind of camera.
Yeah. That's my goal overall. But I would love to direct. I love being a writer. I love anything. Just get me on a set. I want to be there. I'll be a PA. I'll get the coffee. I've done that. I want to do that a few more times. I'll do anything to be. I'll pretend to be the chair. You guys can sit on me. Like, I want to be a part of it somehow, some way.
Just making whale noises in the background.
Yeah, I can pretend to be. I can be those Foley people. I'll do whatever you need.
Gorgeous. Mm-hmm. All right. Final question.
Oh no.
Ice cream. What is your go-to ice cream?
Oh,
order out kind of ice cream.
I figured I really should have thought about this. This is the hardest question.
It is the hardest question.
It really is. Okay. Okay, I have two.
Okay, great. I love this.
I have two, which obviously I do. Coffee Oreo is underrated.
Okay.
I also used to work at an ice cream shop. Big surprise.
Yeah, because you're from Cape Cod.
Yeah,
Same.
Of course. if you're like,
if you grew up here,
if you'll find your way into an ice cream shop. Whether it's like
you'll find your way elbow deep into a tub of ice cream scooping for people. Yeah.
Oh my God, your wrists will hurt every day of the week.
I still have my scooping muscle.
Oh yeah, it's right there,
We
right
both
there.
have the same scoop. Yeah.
And I'm also short, so having the freezers, I would have to like put my whole body into it. So my calves got real strong too.
Yes.
Coffee Oreo is underrated. And maybe I feel like coffee is always considered an old person flavor, but it's not, guys. You guys drink coffee all the time. You get your little Dunkin'. Imagine that with some Oreos in it. Like it sounds
so good.
It's
yes,
fantastic.
There you go.
And then I also am a really big fan of anything chocolate. So, chocolate Oreo. Oreos are a common thing, I guess.
Okay.
But chocolate Oreo, chocolate fudge brownie, amazing. And if we're talking in the tub, Ben and Jerry's chocolate therapy is the best thing that's ever graced this earth.
I'm an Americone dream.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like the crunch.
What's the fish food one? There's a fish food one.
Fish food's good too. It's, cherry and...
Oh, Cherry Garcia.
Yeah. Fish food's the one with the little chocolate fish
the little
in
fishies.
it. Yeah.
Cape Cod.
There we go. They're close enough. They're New Englanders.
Yeah.
They went to school in Mass. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on Coastal Characters.
This is so fun.
Yay.